Hello everybody. Today we are going to be working on drawing our front and back of our gumball machine. The first thing we want to do in our title block here is we want to label this object as our front and back. Just like in our sides, we're going to start by offsetting this left edge of our border in 1 inch and the bottom edge up 1 inch. That will give us our left edge of our drawings and our bottom edge of our drawings. From here, we're going to continue our front view. On our drawing, it says our front view is 4.5 inches long and 3.5 inches tall with a U-shaped cutout in the middle. We're going to forget about that U-shaped cutout for now. We're just going to draw the rectangle that's 4.5 inches long and 3.5 inches tall. Let's draw that U-shaped cutout. According to our drawing, it is 1.5 inches in from the left edge and 1.5 inches wide, and that leaves us with 1.5 inches on the right edge. So I marked 1.5 and 3 inches. It is 3/4 of an inch tall. So I'm going to mark down 3/4 of an inch here and 3/4 of an inch here and connect all the dots. I forgot to mention, I probably want to mark the 1.5 and 3 inches down here as well, so I have little intersection points. Then, if we're going to erase the line in the middle. There's our front view. Now we're going to add our top view. I'm going to put 1.5 inches in between my views. You could do 1 inch. You could do 1.25 inches. I'm going to do 1.5. This view, we have plenty of room above here for our top. Our top view is 3/4 of an inch thick. I'm just going to follow my right edge up. 1.5 inches, my first point. Go up to 3/4. Do the same thing along the right edge, or left edge. And then connect the dots. Now I need to bring this edge and my left edge of my notch here. I want to bring the right and left edge up into my top view. So what I'm going to do, along this top edge of my top view, I'm going to mark my 1.5 and 3 inches. Line my ruler up with the left edge in my front view and in line with my dot I just created. Draw that edge in. Do the same thing for that right edge. We're going to erase our extra lines. And let's add our dimensions. Our object is 3.5 inches tall. Remember, extension lines come close to the edge, but they do not touch. I'm going to start dimensioning up here my length. I'm going to start by dimensioning the distance across the top of my front view and the distance across the gap here for the slider. When you have two dimensions like this that share an edge, you can use that same extension line for both of the dimensions. Now, above that, I'm going to dimension my length. You want to dimension the length where it's most relevant. I can see the overall length of my object better in my front view than in my top view. So I'm going to add my overall length right here in my front view. I'm going to extend this extension line up about another 1/2 of an inch, and then I'm going to make this one that same length. One more thing I need to know about this notch right here. I know its length. I need to know how tall it is. That is 3/4 of an inch. When we dimension this, we're going to use our object line here as an extension line. And we're going to bring an extension line here off of this top edge. And I'm going to put my arrow here touching, that dimension line is going to be touching our object line. Last dimension we need is the thickness of our object. We're going to place that in our top view. Since I took the height of my front view to the right, I'm going to do the same here with my thickness in my top view. I'm going to bring it to the right. Our front and back, we need to make 2 of them, one for the front, one for the back. So we're going to write note, make 2. There is the drawing for our front and back of our gumball machine.